Hello everybody, well it's a quick video. Now today we've come down to Longshaw Estate in the Peak District. Wanted to get something slightly different, and there's still nothing really on the trees. There was some snow this morning, and we're sort of fairly hopeful I might get some nice conditions. It stopped unfortunately, but we'll have a look. There's a chance that the Burbage Brook is going to be fairly high heading down towards Padley Gorge, so I might be able to get something out of that. But I'm looking for shapes of trees, little bits and bobs, not expecting anything sort of real sort of standout spectacular, but some patterns, some shapes, and see what sort of things we can sort of blend in this composition. So come have a wander. I'll talk you through a couple of the bits as I'm finding it. So yeah, let's see what occurs. So what I'm doing, I've got the 12 to 100 on, fixing the ISO at 200. Now it is spitting a little bit, so not perfect conditions, but it should work okay. Light's completely flat, we've got some really nice clouds, so might be able to work something with that. Just spotted this one over here though. If I just sort of spin around, I can bring the camera with. Quite an old sort of gnarly thing, but there's a few trees behind, so I'm sitting at f4 and just basically framing that. So you've got trees the other side, that one, thinking a square crop, so grab a shot, I'll pop it up there for you. So obviously, with conditions as they are, it's not perfect, but there's a few shapes that are coming out. There's a chance there might be a few little bits of fungi around as well, but we're going to see what we can find on that. Now I'm looking where I'm going at the moment, because it's quite a rough path down here, but we've not been down this section of Longshore before, so it's a case of see what we can find. But it takes us down to the Burbage Brook, which is what runs through Padley Gorge. It's quite well photographed down there. Now we're here at a weekend. Now probably you get around here with weekends is essentially it becomes an absolute draw for everyone to sort of come out of the cities and up to it, so it can get over busy, so being a little bit careful with it, sort of trying to get off the beaten track. I mean, Padley Gorge itself is going to be absolutely beautiful, but it's going to be too busy, so it's not worth even just wandering down there. It's just going to be too much. I mean, we can actually see where the cars are parked at the moment. It's just absolutely crazy. So yeah, idea was we'll get down this bit, we'll see if there's anything sort of worthwhile. It's only a quick visit, but we might see something that's going to actually work quite nicely. Not expecting anything spectacular, but yeah, it doesn't hurt to get out. Oh, it is absolutely fantastic as well. The mossy rocks with the trees poking out of them. If you can incorporate that into a sort of composition, it works really well, but really we'd need a little bit of light to make that work, I think. I don't know, might be able to get something out of black and white, but we're sort of looking up the hill to it, so it's not quite as good as it could be. But yeah, that's where we're heading, down that way. So get cracking, because it looks like there could be some quite interesting trees down there. And this is the sort of thing I was hoping we were going to get. Basically, thicker section of wood that's got some slightly different trees in there. A lot of order, but a lot of chaos involved as well, so trying to make order of it's going to be quite nice. But it means, because we've got no real sort of fog or mist or anything like that, getting separation from that is going to be a lot easier than, let's say, just shooting an open tree. So hopefully that's going to come off and we'll get some interest from it. But basically now I'm going to go off piste, disappear into the woods there. Let's see what we can find. So we've got a few little ones in the background, these little characters. Now, proving quite difficult to frame them up because of what's around us. Ideally when I'm doing a sort of set of trees, I try and sort of even it out so you've got a central focal and sort of two outers. It just seems to sort of be a little bit more pleasing to the eye to me. But I can't quite get it exactly as I want it. Basically to get it as an even 3, I've got another one that's just creeping into frame. So I've made sort of the best of it. It's probably going to be a 16:9 crop, possibly a small square crop on it. Just to sort of try and sort of isolate that absolute character behind us. And it's the sort of thing that you don't really sort of consider when you're taking shots. You should always sort of frame it up exactly how you want it. There's nothing wrong with actually cropping down afterwards in post, because sometimes you can get a bit of a scene. You can almost get like sometimes 2 or 3 shots out of it just by altering the crop where you are. Obviously, if you're doing sort of really detailed stuff, you want to sort of switch into high res mode, or if you've got a really high megapixel camera, snap the scene, and then you can actually sort of crop in and get some still reasonable sort of quality images just by cropping in on what you've got. And obviously with the 0-in-1 and the 12-100 on, you've got a good level of stability with it as well, so you can sort of go for the high res shot, get some cracking results from it. There's not a lot of movement in anything at all. For a change, it's not windy, which is really unusual for when we come out. But yeah, we'll sort of still keep on sort of wandering through. But yeah, that one there, that's a nice little character. There's a couple of little sort of birches around as well that we're going to try and isolate. But yeah, some definite nice trees along here. Whether we can do a lot with them, I don't know. But yeah, we'll keep on trying, see what we can do. But yeah, I'll pop a few shots up as I'm going through. But there'll be a few shots up at the end as well. Hopefully we'll get enough to actually get a reasonable gallery at the end. But yeah, let's go and have a wander, and I'll try not to spin my hat round on my head too much. I don't know what it is about me and hats, they just keep on spinning around just lately. But yeah, we'll keep wandering. There's definitely sort of more to be had. I mean, I can see a nice little sort of old beach, small beach with the golden leaves on it, but I don't know whether I'll be able to isolate that, because that'll work really well. Really nice contrast. But I'm waffling now, so I'll get cracking and get wandering in the woods and get some shots in. I hope you can hear me over the running water, but little cascade behind us coming down towards the Burbage Brook. Quite pretty, nothing spectacular, but managed to try and compose it with the trees up in the top, then just the cascade running down. It might work, it might not, but it should work alright. Basically I'm running sort of just standard sort of shutter speed, so coming up to about 1/8 of a second, which is enough to actually give you a bit of flow to the water, but not go super creamy, because I don't think it would really suit it. But yeah, I'll pop it up now for you. I did just find a little scene as we're coming down towards the bridge across Burbage Brook, which looks like it should work. Compositionally, it's not too bad. You've got a couple of trees on the side, path leading you across the bridge. Yeah, should work fairly well. But it needs some light to make it work. It's one of them that, no matter what you could do with this, I don't think it's going to work. I'll put it up now and you'll see what I mean. But it's one of those sort of, it looks nice, but the conditions aren't right. Unfortunately, what we've got at the moment, you've got the flat light, you've got the combination of what has been sort of very, very, very rough weather, and everything sort of, basically it's developed that sort of soft, so there's nothing really standing out. So it doesn't quite work, which is a shame, but you know, it's worth taking the shot, even just snap with your phone, make sure you've got your location on there, so you've got a GPS log of it, you know where it is, so you can look back at it and think, yeah, that in better conditions would be ideal, so you know where to come back to. But yeah, still a few nice trees in the background, but we're going to head over the brook now and sort of wander down towards the top of Padley Gorge, which I'm expecting to be stupidly busy, so I'll probably just do a couple of little bits of B-roll as we get down that bit. But yeah, we'll have a look, might pop into the top of Padley Gorge itself, see what we can do with the trees on there. Then we'll sort of start wandering back up into the Longshaw Estate itself. Now we're a little bit lower down as well. We're getting some slightly better sort of views up towards the trees. Some real gnarly little characters over there. I'm just going to grab a couple of shots of them, but I'm basically using the woods behind as separation because there's no other sort of way of doing it, try and block the sky out. So I'm not getting the full tree, but a portion of the tree that's sort of telling a story about what it's actually there for and stuff like that. So yeah, because these are very characterful, you can play with them. Bit of a painterly edit on it, and I think it'll work quite well. Yeah, get a few snaps off and I'll pop one up there for you. that's definitely where having something like the 2-100 comes in quite well, because you've got like good bit of telephoto zoom, and you can go wide as well. But yeah, some of those over there, yeah, they were quite nice. Bit of zoom in, bit of a painterly edit, so really sort of make them look, you know, sort of quite oldie worldy, and sort of give it, yeah, a bit of feeling to it. I think that's going to work. But yeah, right, crack on. It's stupidly muddy on this section. It's not really been that long, probably a couple of months since this entire section we were walking in, that was all in flood. It was ridiculously high. So yeah, lots of watch where you go in case you disappear down a hole at the moment. So yeah, I'll put the camera down for now. We're getting towards the top now where the Paddler Gorge trees are. I've got a little bit of a rant actually. Yes, it's very well trodden around here, and big signs up everywhere, because this is grazing land. Keep your dog on a lead. I think we've seen 4 out of about 30 dogs on a lead. There's dog crap everywhere on one of the tracks. It's like, come on people. Yeah, this is like open access land that, yeah, it is grazing land as well. Yeah, maybe sort of, I don't get it, but yeah, sure, the idea, yeah, sort of, if you've got a dog, you shouldn't be doing that. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know in the comments. Is it something that annoys you when you're out and about and you're sort of having to dodge basically where people just haven't bothered? I mean, yes, we've got a big thing with, you know, sort of trees growing sort of poo bags and stuff like that as well. Another real sort of bugbear of me. You know, I get, but I don't know, I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Anyway, we're into the trees. They're looking absolutely glorious. So I'm going to get some shots of these and, yeah, let it all calm down a bit. And that's the beauty about the top of Paddler Gorge. You come a little bit further off the track, you lose a lot of the people. I mean, from here I can see quite a lot, so I'm having to be a little bit careful with the compositions and sort of pick them out. But we've come, what, probably about 30 feet into the trees, and they're absolutely stunning. I mean, you've got these old classics like these oaks behind us, but if I just pan across, look at the shapes that you've got. Yeah, there's a lot to be said for somewhere like this. I mean, shooting up there doesn't really work too well because you've got the sky in there, but shooting down into the valley from this higher track just works so well. Like I say, we've got not a lot of separation going on. It's the sort of thing where it's missing a lot of the sort of bits that really sort of make a woodland scene stand out, but because you've got depth behind, you can really make it play for you. So I'm just seeing movement. Oh, it's alright, it's another photographer. Sorry, I thought it was a different bird. But yeah, you can sort of shoot through the trees. You've got shapes in between and stuff like that. Use your zoom, play with it, and yeah, I think it's a lovely little spot up here. And so we're not going to do the full track down to the bottom of the gorge, but yeah, we'll have a bit of a play up here if we head up to the back up to the estate for a coffee. What I would like to do at some point, when weather time and everything comes together, is get back into Paddler Gorge when it is nice and quiet, because there's a section of trees that I know, I tend to know as the Gorgons, the Three Sisters. They just work together so well. It's a beautiful set of trees and they just interact and they almost look like they're alive. It's a brilliant section down there, but you do have to have it when it's not quiet. Not quite as busy as now. You need a real quiet day for it, because it essentially shoots down towards the path. And when it's busy like it is today, there's another stream of about 30 people walk by, you can't just get a shot in, so you need a nice quiet day. I do with a bit of mist, a bit of mood, but it's a beautiful spot down there. But we're going to carry on up this track here, get a few more shots in, and maybe a few little side shots on the way through, I think. But yeah, we'll get a bit more on there, I think. But I think for now we'll call the video here. because we're basically sort of running into where there's a bit too many people, unfortunately. But get a few more shots of. Get a gallery up now for you so you can see a few more of the images. But thanks for watching. Obviously, if you've liked the video, please do hit the like button. That helps the channel out, and it lets YouTube know that you've liked it, and it sort of passes the video out to other people on YouTube as well. And if you're not subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button. But for now, from a very grey, slightly dismal, but absolutely stunning Padley Gorge, thanks for watching. We'll see you again next time. Take care.
Sit, be slow, argue with the minute that's quick to go. You don't have to know who to love today, just stop. Look around. Still be slow. Let your sight be told where to go.